What's going on, y'all? It's the Homeboys Conversation.
We missed
Yes, we
you too,
did.
Jesse.
Collaboration with Dating 101 Card Game. We got the bubbly Miss Beautiful Siobhan Carter on here with us tonight. And of course, Gamed Up T. What's going on, y'all?
Why I'm not the handsome, energetic, gained up T?
Siobhan, could you give him his props, please?
Yeah, so we got that handsome,
energetic
T.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Like, you know, it's certain stuff that men can't do that women can, you know. But that. See, that's
a man
the problem. That's the problem. Men can't express themselves. So you're right. My fault. I probably should have said it, but I won't. Anyway, we're gonna start exactly where we posted first. Matter of fact, what was on the flyer? I wrote it down wrong. Okay.
Exaggerating your friend on a double date when you're trying to do.
Jake wanted to go out and stop real quick. Jake wanted to go out with his new girlfriend, but she had already had plans with her friend. She was like, yeah, you know, I want to go out, but I had already pre-planned something. He's like, that's okay. I'll hook you up with my boy. Now, of course, Jake is a college grad. His girl's a college grad. Her friend's a college grad. That don't mean Jake's friends are that way. Now, Jake sat there when the friend asked, you know, certain stuff about her friend. He told her truth mixed with lies. He said he owned a Tesla, which he did. He said he owned his own business, which he did. Said he lived in a house, which he does. The difference is he owns a Tesla because Uber gave him a Tesla. His own business is driving for Uber. And he does live in a house, but he rents from his brother. Now, as they go on this double date, again, he over-exaggerated the story. As they go on this double date, of course, as Gina friend began to, you know, grill him or whatever, and then, you know, she ended up telling, like, you hooked me up with a shrug, basically. So my question to y'all is this. How often, or do y'all over-exaggerate things about y'all friends if y'all were trying to hook them up on a date? Siobhan, would you over-exaggerate your friend's quote-unquote, I guess, value in a way?
Well, wait a minute. Let's get back to this scenario. So what she is from?
Yeah.
He got a company car. Even though he worked for Uber,
Yeah.
Uber gave him the car, so he got a car. And he live in a house, he renting, so.
I guess because Jake is doing well in life, figure the friends were doing well in life also. And I guess, you know how, you know the status of some people, how people view certain things. And they feel like, no offense, I know you hate when I say it, but women up here want a man up here, and they have a problem with that. Yeah, it is. I'm trying to see here and find a way to stay still. I'm gonna have to take it off in a minute. But women want men that's up here. So in her mind, she felt like she was looking for a guy that had, you know, good job, you know, had his own place because she was well established. Well, I'm just asking you, would you do the same?
Yeah.
Let's say for a woman, you might, you know, dimmy down her weight, or.
So I wouldn't. That's the first thing that came to mind, because I'd be like, oh, my girlfriend cute. In my mind, she cute, but she might not be cute to him. But I'm gonna gas my friend up. She is cute. I think she cute. So, and beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So, but I probably would gas her up a little bit more, you know, in that regard. But as it relates to what she does or any other things, like I won't be like, oh, she ain't got no kids when she got 2 kids, you know.
Stuff
like
that can be obviously found out.
But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
T.
That's probably the only thing I would
go above and beyond. I don't gas nobody up. You know what I'm saying? I just tell her, I just get the picture of my friend and be like, show this my friend right here. You gonna find out the rest on your own.
Oh, sure.
A couple of my friends got some stories to tell, so you gonna have to find out the stories. I don't want to be telling their business. You know what I'm saying? I let them do what they do, because when they talk, especially never mind. But one of my friends, right? He gonna talk to her, and he gonna tell me what he said, and he might be like, "Yeah, bro, I told her I play overseas and da 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 da." So I'm just gonna go with his story. I'm going with what he say. That's on him.
Yeah.
Wow. Play overseas.
I don't gas. I'm not the gasser up. But I'm not going to diminish. Like, God bless you. I'm gonna give you the basic background. This is my gas up. I'm not here, good dude. Now, I know he's never been faithful in none of his relationships. I know he's never been faithful in another relationship. I know, but I'm gonna tell you, he's a good dude. Oh, what, my man, he's a good dude. Like, I know he's not. That's my level of gassing up. I'm not gonna over exaggerate that. It's not moving too much. I guess I can't even move. I'm not gonna over exaggerate. I think my friends are attractive, like males attractive. No, I can. You know, and I have mine. I feel like my friend get women. So if I feel like my friend get women, I feel like I guess other women feel my friend is attractive. So yeah, hey look, oh he's a good looking dude. Like, you know, he got his thing going on, like, you know, but that's the fathers. But I'm never gonna tell you the whole truth and nothing but the truth. You have to fill that out by yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah, so you gotta find that out by yourself. Then she come back to you. You want to tell me your friend?
I'll be like, I just told you he's a good dude. I don't know what changed. Like, what happened?
Justin said turn that shit over. You
said turn it off. I'm about to switch it out. If it keep moving and messing up, I'm gonna switch it out. Go ahead.
Oh man, so Big Tokyo, hey girl. King, I ain't gonna say what King said. He calling people out. Bless you. Thank you, Jessie. She said turn that shit off. Yeah, so that's it.
Okay. Y'all noticed last week the famous, I guess, DJ Twitch committed suicide last week, which was tragic. And lately, you know, a couple of famous people have done it over the course of years. Lil Romeo actually called his father out because his father actually made a tribute to Twitch, and his daughter actually committed suicide. So Lil Romeo was basically like, you up here, like, I guess, sending a tribute to him, but you're not even paying attention to your own kids. I mean, that was a little harsh. I really just wanted to bring up the topic of suicide and suicide prevention because we don't know what's going on behind people's mind. I really don't have too much like of a question to ask. Just what did y'all think about it? And, you know, what did y'all think about Lil Romeo post? Have you seen it, Siobhan?
Yeah, so my first thing is just on the mental health side of it. I really, really feel like we, especially in our community, need to seek therapy. I will say that, and I will keep saying it, because a lot of us are walking around with unprocessed trauma, and we think we're okay, but we're really not. And it shows up in how we deal with things in life. So I don't know Twitch's situation or what led him to that, so I can't speak on that. But I know that mental health is real. And just like we go to the doctor every year and get ourselves checked up, we go to the dentist every 6 months, or hopefully we do, to take care of our mouths. We need to take care of our mental health. So I really just wanted to put that plug out there. Like, you know, in our community, we have to understand that it's not a stigma. It doesn't mean you're weak. It means that you're taking care of yourself, every aspect of yourself. Just like people go to the gym, you know, and work out, just like people go to the doctor, why not go and get your mental health checked out and take care of yourself in that way? So I just want to put that out there. But as it relates to Lil Romeo and what's going on with him and his father, I'm not a advocate of putting family business or any of your business for that matter when you have disagreements out on social media. Like, I don't get the point of that. Like, that's your daddy. Why y'all going back and forth on social media? I don't understand. He said that they had, conversations outside of, the media. They've had conversations, but it wasn't working, I guess. But I'm just not a fan of people doing that. So it's not something that I desire to do.
T? I don't really have nothing to say. Like, this is one of those times I just gotta leave it, let her have it.
Let her have it. Let her have her moment.
Yeah, I know how I feel about that.
You look, you said it. You get it. Hey, you got it.
Yeah. I intentionally let her go first because I didn't think T was going to have much to add. So I said, let her get this out. I think it was a bad thing. I think, like Siobhan said, mental health is real. To commit suicide, honestly, I can't fathom what a person is dealing with when they feel, in a way, I guess it's cowardly in my opinion in one way, but it's brave like a motherfucker in another way because you don't know what's on the other side. So to go through both, I guess two-headed monsters and literally feel like that's your only alternative at some point. I guess it had to be it's definitely a mental struggle. It definitely, when you then sat there and contemplated, went and got a gun, went there, set it up like, hey, this is about to be the end. It's like, yeah. Wow. But again, it's mental. It always seemed like, and I guess for people that's not in the spotlight, it always seems like when celebrities do it, it's like, well, you had everything going for yourself. Why would you do it? And in your mind, you broke. I'd have been happy if I was in your position. You know what I'm saying? But in truth, that's not always the case. I remember Deion Sanders. He said when he was in Dallas, he won the Super Bowl one time. He said he was driving. He said he was flying down the highway. He said the police pulled him over. He said they seen him and they're like, oh, Deion, let me get an autograph. He said after he signed the autograph, he drove off. He said he just drove straight off the bridge. Everybody was shocked that even Deion Sanders trying to commit suicide. He said he just drove. He said, I was so unhappy. And people didn't know it because you seen them performing on the field and you thinking this guy loves life. All along it was a facade, So
yeah, because I think, honestly, I feel like there's a big misconception that when you make all this money, you have all this fame, excuse me, and the material things, you're automatically supposed to feel better. And it's like, if you don't have peace within, external things are not going to do anything to make you feel better. It's just not, because that's an inside job. So whether you broke or got a whole lot of money.
Like I said, he said he was miserable. He said, I just Super Bowl, I just went home, went to sleep. It wasn't no big deal. But when you see Deion play on the field, you can't imagine him with how excited he looked and all this. Oh my goodness, that dude, he looked like he be having so much fun. And he no, I'm miserable. I'm hurting inside. And he said he looking at the officer as the officer asking him for an autograph. And he was like, I wonder if he could see me crying. The officer is so, I guess, so in awe over Deion, he can't even look in his eyes and see that I'm he said, I just the autograph and just feel So yeah. If you got that mental trauma, it's, to talk to somebody, we definitely got to get out the stigma in a Black neighborhood that talking to a therapist is a bad thing. Talking to anybody. Just having positive people in your life to talk to. Moving right along because it's a somber moment and I don't want to bring it down too much.
It's real stuff though.
We
I like that
gotta highlight things of that nature, to make sure everybody's being heard. I've got to think that. Okay. Mike and Jay been friends since they were kids.
What you got in your mouth?
It's been killing me for weeks. Mike and Jay been friends since they were kids. A few months ago, Mike asked Jake out for some drinks, watching the game. Jay was married. He ended up going out. He ended up letting the street lights or the sun beat him home. He come in the house thinking his wife was going to be still up waiting for him, hooping and hollering, but she wasn't. Sound asleep. He crept off the bed. Thought no more of it. Felt like, yo, she must ain't even noticed. A few days later, his wife actually went through his phone, realized that he actually went out and actually cheated. Now, after several discussions and Jay begging her not to stay, she finds out that Mike, his best friend, actually hooked him up with the girl. So after the conversation and talking, she said either you have to cut Mike off or we have to get a divorce. Now, I need y'all to be in the mind of everybody in this vicinity. Jay, the wife, and Mike, do you think it's fair for the wife to feel like I need to cut, I need you to cut your friend off? And do you feel like the friend has some type of moral obligation to the wife? And do you feel like the wife is right? I'm going to start with you, T. This seems like right up your alley. I can't even laugh to the side with this camera moving on me.
No, you need to take that.
Wife, the wife, I feel like she got the right to feel like that about the best friend, because he the one who hooked, like, he knows that his friend married and he still put him on with her. So that means he don't really have no respect for the marriage either. But you can't blame him because Jay don't got no respect for his own marriage. You know what I'm saying? So he like, well, shit, he don't care, then I don't care. That's, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna go ahead and get a divorce. I'm gonna get a divorce, and Micah just hook me up with another girl, and I'll be all right. I'm gonna miss my wife. I'm gonna miss her. But I mean, how long has Jay and Mike been best friends?
Since they was kids.
Mm-hmm. Best friends, Jay. I mean, if we've been best friends since like junior high, and I'm gonna go ahead and just get the divorce. I probably don't do it anyway. Obviously, something's wrong. I'm cheating.
So disrespectful.
Time has passed.
Time has passed. Miss Siobhan?
So his friend ain't shit. That's number one, because you know he's married. Like, come on. Now, why would you do that? You ain't shit.
I didn't have to ask him. Go ahead. I wanted her to go first, but I was gonna go ahead and talk. Let me. Yeah.
Let me finish so I can go from all sides. So first of all, I don't like his friend because you don't do that. You know he's married. You don't respect his marriage. Yes, I know he's a grown man and he make his own decisions, but don't dangle the stuff in his face. You know how he is. No, don't do that. I just don't think that's right. So that's number one. As the wife, I understand why she would say cut off the best friend, but that's not going to do it because he did that on his own. The man ain't. It's not like he was drunk and he was asleep and he told a woman to go sit on it. You know what I mean? Like, he did that on his own. So cutting off his friend is not going to heal the situation. He wanted to cheat. So he going to still find that girl, and cheat again or do something. So I just feel like, and then I don't think she's going to be able to trust him after that. Even if he did cut off his friend, you still going to be asking questions. So I don't know if that's the right way, but I understand why she said that. Yeah, so that's
Siobhan, let me ask you this, because you said that you go out. Let's say you going out.
Yeah.
You hanging out with some dude you met. Cool. He brings a friend. Your friend come just hanging. You know your friend married. You see your friend over there lollygagging with the dude. Are you gonna step in and tell your friend chill your ass out?
I would say something to my friend, like, come on, man, what you doing? Come on, let's chill out. Now, what? Because you've been drinking. I know how you get when you drink. You all flirty and stuff. Like, don't do that. especially if she got a good dude at home. Now,
here we go. Y'all see the side note? Did anybody see the side note?
Do you? You asked me a question. Now, if he was a good dude, and I know he was a good dude, I'm gonna definitely root for her not doing that. But if her dude was a no good dude, I'm gonna say,
why though? She's still married. But she married. You should still go over there and be like, nah, you married. You should do that.
No.
You see them?
Why not?
That double standard.
Cause I'm not. You asked me.
I agree with yeah. I agree with all y'all points. I feel like I feel like let me tell you this. This is a true story. A friend of mine, actually his girl that I've been knowing all both of them for years. And she was like, oh, I don't mess with Reggie no more. Now, honest truth, he asked me to get him a hotel. I don't know if he was going to those. He was like, Rez, I'm be around 7th Street. Man, I'm out here, whatever. He said, man, you think you give me a hotel? I'm be hanging out all night. I said, I bet. He get caught and tell her. She get mad at me. I say, hold up. You about to take him back, but you mad at me? Like I owed you something? She's like, well, we've been knowing each other since we were young too. And I was like, that's not my obligation. I said, first, I didn't know what he was going to do. But second, I would have done it anyway if I'd have known. Because that's between y'all two. So he's actually a true story, but it actually resonated with me. That's why I brought it up, because I'm like, one, I don't give a fuck about y'all relationship. That's not my relationship. Like I'm not about to stop nobody from doing nothing they want to do. I'm not in the obligation of stop. Hey man, you can't do that, man. You got a good wife at home. The consequences are yours. You are grown. You decided to cheat. I don't see the issue until your wife.
That's how you gotta help people. You gotta help people save
if like you said, hold up. Let me say this. T can testify to this. We actually had a friend that almost got kidnapped because he was drunk. A female.
Kidnapped by who?
T. We'll talk about it later. But
hold on.
He used to get too drunk.
Got kidnapped? Or a nigga almost got kidnapped?
The nigga.
A female.
The nigga almost got kidnapped because he was too drunk.
In the club?
Yeah.
And I saved him? I
know. We'll talk about it later.
That?
Yeah.
Are you talking about that?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't even know.
Why you acting like that? But I'm saying, if it's a situation like that to where my man is wasted and somebody like, come on, boo, that's one thing. But you see what I'm saying? And I was in there with him on my birthday, and he's wasted. And the chick like, nah, I got him. I'm like, nah, I got him. Like, brother, you get too wasted. So in those cases, yeah, I'm for my friend when he's, liberated. But when you're a grown person doing what you want to do, I got to throw my hands up. I just do. I do.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what they say in these comments. Hey, Jesse said, just get a divorce. He cheated because he wanted to cheat. Jackie said the wife is right. Something like that. He a grown ass man. Jesse said you wrong, Reggie. She said, so would you have gotten her
if she asked me? No, she's not my good friend. Just because I know she's not my good friend. Okay. But I told her what happened, and what happened, I told her, I said, I used to date one of her friends before. And I say, when me and your friend was dating and she asked you for a hotel, would you have told her no? You'd have got it. Even if you'd have said, oh, no, I'd have been like, nah, Red's a good dude, you would have got it. So don't act like I've done something so egregious. Like, nah, that's not my relationship. That relationship. Like, that's not my relationship.
I can't.
Like, that doesn't even make sense.
I can't. So something like he said, I agree. I don't know what part of the thing he was agreeing with, but he agreed with something.
I don't think my responsibility is not your relationship. It's not. It's not. I got to worry about my own. I can't worry about yours. Yeah. Okay.
You talking about
who said that?
My G.
Logic.
I think that's logic. That's logic. Hey, Jesse said, I'll tell my friend, no, I don't want any parts in cheating.
Anyway, a viral video took off this week with a young lady that seems like they were in a restaurant, and she was trying to tell the guy he was going to order food. She was going to order food for her kids to go because he made her late. So if y'all looked at the video, it looked like they were somewhere, I don't know where it was at, but I know she was asking for steak dinners for her 2 kids. And, you know, she was like, well, you can't buy my kids no dinner. You know, I waited for you like an hour. And the waitress come over to the table. And while the waitress at the table, the waitress kind of like, yeah, you need to buy our kids the dinner and all this type of stuff. And he's like, nah, I'll pay for yours. So I want to know, how did you both see the video? Siobhan, how did you feel about it?
First of all, I feel like it was scripted. Like, I feel like it was a skit or whatever. But even if it was true, one, it's on her for waiting an hour and a half for him when he was that late. I'm leaving after about 20, 30 minutes, you know, maybe 15, because I got things to do, like take care of my kids. I'm not going to be sitting here an hour and a half waiting on you. So I feel like that was on her, that she waited for him to come. Then it ain't his obligation, whether he was late or not, to pay for them kids. Like, that's not the tit for tat. Like, you were late, now you got to pay for my kids. Like, I don't feel like that was on him. So I don't think that was his responsibility. Those aren't his kids. You are responsible for feeding your kids. Now, if she would have said, let me order something, you know, let me on a separate tab, and then he said, no, I got it, then that's fine. But don't make him feel obligated to pay for it.
Man, listen, because I knew you was going to say T. So listen, man, she's tripping. First of all, if I'm late, you can wait an hour, you could leave. You might as well have just left. Because if I get there and you still there, I'm definitely know you sweet now. I know you sweet because you stayed for a whole hour. When I was late, you sweet for it. I'm hitting you that night. All right? That's my plan anyway. Yeah,
that's the plan.
Then she gonna mess my plans up, talking about I need to get food for the kids. How old are your kids? You talking about steak dinners? How old are these little niggas? Talking about steak. The kids, do they got a kids meal? I mean, do they got a kids menu? First of all, I'm still not gonna buy them nothing to eat. I just want to know if they got a kids menu. You can break it. Then the waitress, she all with it. Guess what, waitress? You not getting no tip now, because now she will do it. Hopefully, the brother who's trying to order steak dinner's got enough money to give you a tip, because you're not getting it from over here. And I'm gonna be like, I'm about to go to the bathroom real quick, order the steak dinners. I'm gonna go to the bathroom, and I'm gonna roll out on her ass. You waited an hour for the you waited an hour again, and leave. Like that situation happened. Fucking kids.
Yeah. I feel like that's egregious. Let me say this. First of all,
you
don't just tell me, huh?
You learned that word today?
What? Egregious?
Egregious. Yeah.
No. Why you say
You've
that?
been standing frequently tonight.
I got a vast vocabulary.
Everything's been egregious.
Because it's a night of egregious situation. Got a vast vocabulary. I feel like she was dead, got that wrong, first of all. You're not, I don't know how old your kids, I really don't care, but you're not buying them what we eating. They not eating grown people stuff. That's the facts. Like, now, if you was, like T said, do y'all got like a dollar menu in this joint, like and then I need to suggest this. You're just not going to assume my money is your money. You're dead wrong. My money is not your money. And we just going out. I don't even know these kids. I'm not buying. Listen, if you feel like with Dag, Reggie, man, you had me wait an hour and I ain't have a chance to go home, feed my kids, blah, blah, blah. Could we stop off and get something? Yeah, McDonald's on the way, Wendy's, they got a 4 for $4. The 4 for $4 is delicious. I'm telling y'all, I've had it a couple of times.
Even know she had kids before she did that.
You say what?
I wanted the dude to even know that she had kids before she started doing that. He probably didn't even know she had kids. That probably was
you got 2? I wouldn't even went on a date with you. What did they say?
So the mayor said ramen noodles, my G, no problem. He said chicken is the best. Sounds like said we getting that ass some McDonald's. He said dollar menu. Big Tokyo said if he late, I'm out. Exactly. I'm not waiting no hour and a half. The man said if you got to know how to make noodles taste like a whole meal. You're right.
You know that's jail stuff.
Big Tokyo says for starters, my kids would have been fed before going out. Exactly. Hey, Jesse said that shit had to be scripted. Ain't no way she waited an hour and a half. That some pressure. Yeah.
That's why I said he was gonna hit her that night. Yeah. She waited an hour and a half.
She waited an hour.
Unless she didn't for them kids that bad.
Yeah. Okay. Craig baby mother is a criminal. So Craig baby mother been actually doing crime for a long time, into a lot of shady stuff. And then Craig baby, Craig knew, that's why Craig broke up with her. Now they had 4-year-old kids.
Okay.
Craig baby mother ended up catching a 5-year bid for doing fraud. And Craig and his new fiance had to take their kids in. About 4.5 years later, the baby mother come home. Of course, they been taking the girls to see her, but you know, that's her kids. So Craig and the baby mother had a conversation. Basically, like baby mother, like, look, when I get myself together, get back on my feet, you know, I feel like the girl should come live with me. Of course, Craig was like, okay, no problem, you know, get yourself together. He went home and actually told his now wife. When he told his now wife, his wife was like livid, upset. Like, how the heck you just gonna agree to something like that? His wife do not feel like the girl should ever go back and live with their mother. And she feels as though, you know, we raised these girls, they should stay with us. Now, Craig is stuck between a rock and a hard place. Now he don't know which way to go. In one hand, he has his wife, which she has a point. On the other hand, it's his kid's mother, and he know how much is the kids actually miss her still. I mean, Siobhan, how do you feel about that? Do the wife even have a say in the matter? And that's what he's really like thinking, like going on. Yes.
So these are twin girls, and you said how long was she like that? Oh, so since they was babies, Craig
had them since they were 4 years old. Craig had custody. And they moved in. She went to jail when they were 4 years old. So now they're like 8 going on 9 or something. Yeah.
Okay. So they're about 8. So I get the wife's intention, and she's probably right about what she's thinking, but you can't come in between them babies and their kids. Now, safety is a thing. Like, once she gets out, is she going to be on the straight and narrow? But that's really between the father and the mother. She can't get in between that and try to dictate what happens. I mean, I know she's been in their lives for a number of years or whatever, but those babies, you know, need to see their mother. And if it's not anything that's putting them in harm's way, he got to work that out with the mother. That's how I feel. She can share her ideas, but she can't get in between that. I don't think.
Why are you laughing? I agree with you. Shouldn't let me go first. Shouldn't let me go first with it. My answer was going to be short and sweet, and then you could have got the long, drawn out answer from her. But since she done go first, she done gave this good ass answer. And I ain't really got nothing left to say now, because she done said everything that I was going to say.
Yeah.
So there you go. I agree. That's my answer. I agree.
That's right. I don't honestly agree with y'all. I honestly disagree. I feel as though the mother actually, I don't think I would have agreed if I was in that position. I feel like the mother jeopardized, you know, their safety the first time. I feel like she kind of forfeited the say of, I get the kids back when I'm ready. And it's like, nah, I had them for the past 4 years. They can visit. You can get yourself, because evidently, you need some freedom. You need some freedom to do whatever the heck you want without the consequences of my kids being stuck on the side of the road. I witnessed an episode of Trap Queens where the mother was a klepto. She was a thief, to the third power. And she was so much of a thief that on her daughter's graduation day, she took her daughter to the goddamn mall with her for she can steal something, for she can get stuff that her daughter was like, I didn't even want, and put her daughter's life in jeopardy. Me personally, no, you're not getting them back. By the time these girls come back with you, they'll be down there 18, whatever, either going off to college or trying. You're not getting the kids back. T?
I can't agree with you because it's not like she just up and said, I'm getting my daughters back, because the father agreed with it. So obviously he feels like she should be in their life too, because he agreed to give them back. If he would have put up some type of fight or something, then I could see, you know what I'm saying, where you're coming from. But obviously he tired of probably having the little motherfuckers. So he like, yeah, you should go and get them back. You know what I'm saying? And the wife, she don't get no say so, she get an opinion. She can say some suggestion, but she don't get no say so, because these are our kids. Me
I've been raising them.
You've been helping me raise them. Yeah. So that's why you get to voice your opinion. I get to take it in consideration. Now, whatever I choose to do with your opinion is on me. And obviously he's choosing to give the kids to the mother. Now she could be mad all she wants to, and that'll be something that I gotta deal with her. But as far as the kids go, what me and her talked about is what we talked about, and what we agreed to is what we agreed to. And that's that.
That's so I hear what it's like. I can see both sides. So I hear what you're saying, Reggie, as far as, you know, she's like, who said this? Hey, Jesse said she coming home from jail, not the military. So it's like she will have to have time. She will have to have time to get herself together. So I understand that she's going to have to kind of prove herself, you know, a little bit to say that she can provide a safe environment and that she's not going to go back and do what she did. So I absolutely get that part. I think the part that I also feel is that these kids need to be able to see their mother, even if it's just going to visit or whatever. But you got to think of it from the kids' perspective too. They haven't been around their mother and they want to be with her. So, but I understand the safety aspect and just wanting to make sure your kids are okay. But I also think that the way he presents it to the baby mama, like, you can't be like, oh, my wife, you know, don't want, like, you can't bring the wife's opinion into the conversation, because that's not going to make it any better. So he got to have that conversation with his baby mama and they figure out what they're going to do. But
my thing is this:
I don't think the wife should be.
We got to look at the construct of marriage. And if it was me, and again, I'm with a woman, and she, let's say, just so happened she had two boys and felt like, okay, I need the daddy to raise them because I want them to be manly. And she decides that, you know, and we get the boys because he ended up going to jail. You don't get custody. You don't run. I feel like, and I seen Jesse said it too, you spoke too soon without coming to talk to me about it. I would feel some way. If I was in that situation, I would have never just agreed with her without going home to talk to my wife, who had to adjust her life to these kids. And that's when y'all saying the wife don't have a say-so, I had to adjust my life to these kids. I have a say-so.
We're not saying she doesn't have a say-so. We think that she can express her opinion, but I don't think she needs to be overbearing with it, because it's really with his baby mama and him. So she can say how she feels about it, but I don't think she needs to be like, you need to do this.
I don't agree. I feel like her voice needs to be heard equally, because again, we're married and I had to adjust to this situation also. It wasn't like we didn't live together or something, or I was just some girlfriend that came over from time to time. We're married. I'm raising these kids. I'm taking care of these kids. Like, let me tell you this. I'm gonna say my situation wasn't similar, but I had huge problems with my ex when it came to how she operated with her child living at my house, and she just feel like her voice, her and her baby father voice need to be the first heard. And I'm like, nah, because I'm adjusting my life and I'm taking care of this child. So you're not going, he don't have a first say so. If he have a first say so, let him be taking the kid. I
get that.
just disagree with that.
I understand your perspective and you having experience in that, but I guess from the woman's perspective, if I were to get with a guy that had kids and this came up, I understand that I am not the parent of this child. Yes, they were in our household and they were raising, but I would want him to work it out with his child's mother. I will share my thoughts about it. We will have a conversation, but I will go into the situation understanding those are not my children and I want to respect what they come up with as the bonus mother. So that's the perspective I'm coming from. So basically, but I understand it's different.
I'm gonna agree to disagree with both y'all today.
That's fine. No worries. No worries. So they saying a lot in the comments. Okay. The wife, Jesse said the wife has a, wait, hold on. Okay, Jesse said the wife has a say so, start with weekends, then work on longer stays. She coming home from jail, not military. Big Tokyo says, wife, sit down, girl. You running nothing when it comes to our children. I didn't ask you, nor need you. It was their dad and me, and 4 years isn't long enough to learn a person she has no say. Right, Siobhan and T. Hey, Jesse said
hold on.
knew them for half
right,
their damn lives.
Who said right, Siobhan and T?
Weekends first.
If I can find out who I'm beefing with.
Big Tokyo. Hush. Big Tokyo. She on our side. Rhyme reason, hey girl, hey, she late. That's all right. Jump on in. Big Tokyo says you never know what a person has to do for their kids. Sometimes some things you willing to take a risk to, then you can't control. If she ain't just say, hey guys, I'm going to jail. No. So it could have been some circumstances. Hey, Jesse said it's not just him and his baby mama. When she went to jail, she was thinking about them kids when she was risking her life and freedom. She wasn't thinking about them. So Big Tokyo says no, that's part of the vows. Basically, whether the mom is there or not, she took on that by marrying him. Nobody purposely goes to jail. Okay. Nobody purposely goes to jail, but they purposely commit a crime to end up in jail.
Thank you, Jesse.
So Jesse is on
that's why I like Jesse more than all of her. Big Tokyo.
Girl, I mean, boy, Jesse wasn't here for like 4 weeks, 5 weeks.
She said, welcome back. She said she missed us too at the beginning, so I'm going to give her props for that. Yeah. Give her props for that. Okay. Last one. I'm going to try to whistle before we get into the car. But last one. Okay. Carl and Terry, you threw me over that. Carl and Terry decided to spice up their relationship. They both said they were going to act out a sexual fantasy for each other. Terry's a woman.
Hey, thank you, Jamal. I ain't want to ask. In my head, I'm like, please don't let. You know, that's a unisex name right there.
Yeah. That's one of those, which names can go both ways. Terry's a woman. Because I'm going to tell you what, once I heard the story, I think y'all would have understood it. Okay, Terry and Carl. And so they said they was going to act out each other's fantasies. Terry said that she wanted him to act like a burglar. Break into the house, I'm scared, this, that, and the third, and to get it on that way, right? I do whatever, Mr., what's name. But Carl wanted her to act out the schoolgirl. She wanted the whole little ensemble, this, that, and the third. Now, the first weekend that they had alone without the kids, Carl acted out of her fantasy. He went through the whole 9, bringing it to the house. They had the little role play, he cuffed her, he did whatever, what's name. But when it came to doing her fantasy, Terry felt uncomfortable with it. Terry felt like his, I forgot, I didn't write it down. Terry felt like his fantasy was a little too perverted. So they get into altercation, but then also Carl felt like her fantasy was a little too deranged. She's like, why would you want the schoolgirl look? And he's like, why would you want the raper type? I'm trying to figure out, T, since you laugh, is they both too much in their head, or do you feel like there's something behind either of their fantasies?
I don't think it's nothing behind either of their fantasy. I think so. What's the dude there, Carl?
Carl.
I feel like Carl just got in his head because she got in her head about his fantasy, so felt like he needed to come back, so he had to come back with that. You know what I'm saying? But those fantasies are like two standard fantasies that like people say. If you say like name something that would be a fantasy, people always say a robber or a stranger in the bar, a schoolgirl or a school teacher. You know what I'm saying? Those are the standard joints. So I mean, I wouldn't say they. You know what I'm saying? I think he just got in his head because she got in hers. She started looking at it a little too weird. And if you feel like that about the nigga that you dealing with, it's something wrong with you. Because you feel like this nigga's the pervert like that. You know what I mean?
I guess in her mind, the schoolgirl fantasy is him trying to live out that little, you know.
I'm gonna say this. The schoolgirl fantasy thing, they just needed to call it something else because it's not really about, to me, it's not really about being a schoolgirl. It's just the outfit, the skirt. I like the skirt.
Yeah. See, that's why me and you was going to agree with that. It's the skirt look. Yeah.
It's not really you being a schoolgirl. It's the skirt.
That little outfit, it was attractive. Especially when we grew up. Like, it was an attractive outfit. Like, it's an outfit. Because when we grew up, we didn't have uniforms. That's like to see somebody in a uniform was kind of different when I grew up in D.C. back in the day. But now that's normal. Siobhan?
Both of them need to stay away from these fantasies and just do missionaries because what the hell? Like, y'all not ready for the next level because both of y'all overanalyzing it. Just don't even worry about it at this point. That's dumb. Like, just do it the regular way because clearly this is too much for y'all. So that's how I feel about it. It's stupid. Why is y'all talking about? You know what the schoolgirl thing is. Put the outfit on and bend it over and do what the man wants. He did your fantasy. Why you can't do his? Like, that's just stupid to me. Doggone it. Nah, just don't do it. Don't bring it up if you ain't ready to do what the man said he wants to do.
Well, it is.
What the hell we talking about?
Yeah, but some people, I feel like some people get in their head about like whatever person like, oh, you want to do that? Like, ugh. How could you like that? Like, you know what I'm saying? And I think, like she said, yeah. And that's what it is. But I think, like you said, she over-exaggerated, she overthought it, and just got so emotional that I think when it comes, especially to women, and not talking about anybody in particular, Siobhan, I ain't talking about you directly, because you don't like when I use women or women only.
Do you, brother? Do you?
But when talking about when women, and it's like, oh, I want the schoolgirl fantasy, it's like, oh, I'm too old for you type scenario. And I feel like women will get in their heads because it's like, oh, you don't find me attractive anymore. Like that type of stuff. So go ahead.
But I was going to say, that's when it's overthinking. Like, be in the moment, put the bun up, get the glasses, tie up the shirt, have your breasts out, put the little
see who's been
on,
thinking about this fantasy, y'all.
And go in there.
I'm like, she really is getting in the details.
I didn't even know about the glasses or putting the hair up and all. I'm like, the glasses, the shirt, I didn't even know the whole entourage, but evidently somebody been planning that out.
I want to be a school.
Somebody been planning that with Go ahead, read the comments real quick before we get into our world famous.
Let's see. Victoria said they watch a lot of movies. Hey, Jesse said right, T. Think it. Said right, Siobhan. She did it before. I ain't did it before, but I want to do it, Jesse. I do. Victoria said, Siobhan, you gave them details. They was like that.
What?
Yeah.
She's already done the deal before.
Yeah.
So y'all know what it is.
Do it one day.
It's the Dating 101 card game. This is the Dating 101. 101 questions you should ask yourself before dating. Y'all need to go. What they say, y'all better get up here and get y'all one of these. Yeah, it's a dating one-on-one card game. Not a chicken salad. It's a dating one-on-one card game. Y'all definitely need to get these. I really think these are the best ones yet. And I'm always say yet because I feel like we're always growing and improving. But of course, y'all need to get y'all dating one-on-one podcast. Tay, you definitely need to call me and buy yours. You definitely need to. I need to make the camera move back. Definitely, I already gave these. You need to buy yours, and you definitely need Tay. You definitely need these, the After Dark cards also. T don't never have his in his hand, but trust me, believe T actually has some. So this is. I really feel like this is a deck you definitely should do, but also do with a mate. T, I'm gonna start with you. How comfortable? Yeah, of course I am. How comfortable are you with expressing your emotions in your relationship?
I'm not comfortable with that shit at all, unless I'm angry. Like, listen, I notice now I got this defense mechanism, right? Like the situation to be serious, and I'd be laughing or smiling. And that always get me in trouble. But I just don't know what to say, so I just be smiling and like, man. I try to make light of the situation. So I don't really, unless it bothers me for a while, then I'll say something. But to just feel something and then just express it, I don't do that for real. Okay. Kind of keep it to myself.
You're going to have to learn to express your emotions in your relationship. Miss
I know I got a lot of things to learn how to do.
This is why. Hold up, real quick. See, you don't got this card deck. This is why you're gonna need this card deck also. Yeah.
I don't like answering all the inner questions and shit. Why you think I ain't saying Reg when I'm gonna get them cards? Because I'm trying to read them cards.
You need these, Miss Siobhan.
It's going too far. I would say I'm pretty comfortable expressing my emotions. But I think if I feel like the person is safe for me to express them with, then I'm really comfortable. So it kind of depends on the person too. So if I don't feel safe, then I probably won't open up as much. But for the most part, I feel comfortable expressing my emotions.
I'm up and down. It all depends. When I was sick and I was off the meds, I was very emotional, and I don't know why. I don't know why I was so emotional. I was crying in movies. I was crying. It was nothing but the meds. It was the medication had me so emotional. But I don't have a problem with expressing myself. One of the things that I definitely try to do as a parent is to not be so hard with my daughters, because I don't want them to ever have that feeling to not be able to express themselves. So I try to do it in my personal life. I try to do it in relationships. I try to express, my feelings. It's a story that I was going, we ain't have enough time, but that was actually a story that I wanted to tell about Tioma leaving me on the bike. But I was so much in my feelings, I wasn't going to text him. I wasn't going to call him. I needed to see him face to face. I can tell him how I felt about the situation. I'm like, this is my brother. I felt like he done me wrong. I need to see him. But I just feel like I can express myself. That was one of my questions. We just ain't get to it.
Didn't we talk about this story already?
We did, but we kind of just threw it out there, but we never really fully. But one of these weeks, I always have it written down. I just never asked it yet. But yeah,
we need to go ahead and talk about it.
Yes, yeah.
And let the people chime in.
Maybe you're supposed to go to the spot. Hold up, maybe you're supposed to be going to the spa together on my birthday, and I don't want any animosity on that day because we walking around in shower shoes and stuff, and we get in a fight at the spa. So we're gonna have to have a hot dog about this conversation. Why is this thing moving?
Oh, that's too
But
funny.
yeah, I can express myself. I believe in expressing. I feel like that's a benefit in relationship. Why is this thing moving?
Oh, it's glitching. Siobhan is glitching.
That's a good one.
You talking all that shit earlier.
Lord have mercy.
Throwing it in our faces, now it's glitching.
I still like it. What they say in them comments, Miss Siobhan?
So Victoria says that was a good one, Reggie. It's the deck of dating 101 after dark cards. Victoria says, oh, his estrogen level was on the rise.
That's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
When I was medicine, yeah. When I was off them fentanyl pills and Percocets and everything. Yeah. You say I gotta back it up, just yeah, I'm definitely is. Me and T gonna have to see each other before the year out. We supposed to be going to brunch.
You talking about that?
No, she's talking about that your device. You gotta back it up.
The thing.
Yeah.
I was about to say we supposed to be going to we supposed to be going to brunch on his birthday. We supposed to be going to brunch on his birthday, so that might be the day, right before the New Year's. We're gonna kick it off at brunch. I thought you said y'all was going to brunch.
No, I don't know what I'm doing for my birthday.
Anyway, y'all.
I don't. I never know what I'm doing. I'll never know what I'm doing for my birthday.
We had a whole conversation in the chat room about this, and now I literally in my mind found the outfit. I literally went to JCPenney's and found the outfit for this brunch.
Oh God!
Listen, I said I wanted to. I said I want to, and I'm doing it. It's two different things.
Man, listen, it's 10 o'clock. I don't know why they didn't shut us off yet. You know, it's me, Reggie, that's T, Miss Siobhan. We'll see y'all next week. Thanks, everybody.
Peace.
Join us every Monday at 9 p.m. on IG Live for Homeboys Conversation After Dark with Dating 101 card game. And make sure you like, comment, and share.